Hey Google, turn on the Uncle Fester light.
Sure, turning on the Uncle Fester.
I'd be lying if I said I haven't been called Uncle Fester a few times in my life, so I figured why not own it and have some fun with it. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is walking you through comparing Philips Hue versus Lifx bulbs. This particular bulb here is a Lifx bulb, not the one that you're seeing on the screen here in the spreadsheet. That is the mini white. This is actually the mini color bulb, which has 16 million different colors that you can use. But the purpose of this video is I will be touching upon the bulb and the use of it, but more so pricing these out. Because there's a lot of videos that go into reviews, but there's not a lot that go into the pricing of these. And it can get a little bit confusing because there's a ton of different options and understanding what you're comparing if you're comparing these two and where you can find sales on these. So traditionally, if you're looking at these bulbs, especially the bulb that you can see on the screen, the Lifx Mini White, which is kind of your basic light bulb, if you want to call it that, for a smart bulb. It can turn on, you can dim it up and down, and it has one color. So you're looking at about $25, and I have the link on the screen to Amazon, and you can get this Google Sheet, which I will constantly be updating to show what the best deals are for these bulbs. It's $25 per. So if you're comparing that to the Philips Hue White, the biggest difference is that you can see in the image there that there's a hub, or sometimes called a bridge, that is required to connect a Philips light bulb to your Wi-Fi network. With the Lifx bulbs, it is a direct connection from the bulb to your Wi-Fi. There is no in-between bridge or hub. So with Philips, if you're buying one bulb, and I'll kind of highlight this right here, your costs are going to be substantially higher if you're buying Philips versus Lifx. The Lifx bulb is going to run you about $25 normally, although it is on sale right now. Where if you were to buy one bulb from Philips, it's $14. The hub would be $57, so you'd be at $71. So if these bulbs are running at standard price, the break-even point, or what I should say, the point where Philips Hue light bulbs are cheaper, is at approximately 5 bulbs, which I've highlighted on the screen. Because you can see it's $104 if you're to buy a 4-pack with also a bridge and one additional light. If you're buying the Lifx Mini White 800, you're looking at $125. So the thing where it gets confusing though is the pricing of these can change so much. So I'm going to go to the Lifx website. And as we scroll down here, you can start to see the different bulbs that they offer. Again, the one that I'm showing on the screen right here is the Lifx Mini Color. And I can give you a quick kind of teaser on how that works, is that you can actually control the color of the bulb, and you have 16 million different colors that you can choose from. So right now you can see that blue, red, and I mean literally 16 million. That's lime green. Again, a different color of green. So I can just sit here and play with the color wheel and even turn the brightness up. And I'm going to put it back down just so we kind of don't blow out the screen here. But that's what we're looking at with the Lifx Mini Color, but those are 45. The interesting thing is if you're looking at the Lifx Mini White, it is $20, or the 800 one is $25. But right now it's $15 for the 800 lumens. So why don't we take a look at what's going on with this sale and what this bulb actually consists of. So if you're looking at a single light, you're looking at 15 bucks. A 4-pack, you're looking even better at 50 bucks. So that's actually a great deal because typically 4 of these bulbs would run you $100. So as we go down, why don't we take a look at the comparison on this and just talk about what some of the information means, because this might help you with your buying decision. So again, we're looking at the Mini White. It's 800 lumens. It used to be that people would rely on watts to determine how bright a light bulb was, but that's really just how much energy it's using. 800 lumens, it determines the brightness of the bulb. It says right here for color temperature that it's 2700 Kelvin. I can give you an idea of what that's going to look like based on the bulb that I have right here, because I'm setting this to about 2750 Kelvin. So that's the type of warm light that you're going to get if we're putting it up to 100%. That's how bright it's going to be. That's approximately what the Mini White is going to look like. That's a really nice warm color, but you're not going to be able to get any kind of variation of that color. As you can see, you can just dim it up and down. And of course, I'm using the Mini Color to display this, but I am using on the screen, as you can see, 2750 Kelvin. So that's going to give you that incandescent light. So you can see that it's saying it's $19.99, but right now it's even here at $14.99, so it could be a little bit confusing because it's saying it's originally priced at $25. If you go down in the list, it's saying that it's $20, and then up here it's on sale for $15. So it's really important that you take a look not only on Amazon, but also on the Lifx website and the Philips Hue website to see what the pricing of these are. And what I'll do is I'll include the links to the actual websites, and I'll also include the cheapest pricing that I can find on Amazon for these bulbs right now, so you can price things out and be able to get it in at the best price for you. So if I go in here and I change this, because as we mentioned, it looks like the single light for the Lifx Mini White 800 is $15. So what I can do is I can change this to 15. You can see that that drastically changes the pricing down the list, but really it's even cheaper than that, because as you can see right now, you can get a 4-pack for $50. So comparing that to the Philips Hue price, you're going to save an additional $10 off of what it would cost if you just bought 4 individual bulbs on sale. So it's really important that you go through and figure out, what sales are going on the Lifx site versus the Philips site. So now talking about the differences between the Philips bulbs and the Lifx bulbs. The biggest difference, number one difference, is going to be the way that they hook up. If you take a closer look at the Philips Hue White package that we're looking at here, you can see that hub, that bridge in the middle. So when you connect those bulbs, what you need to do is you connect them to a bridge or a hub, and then that connects into your internet via Ethernet. With the Lifx bulbs, it is completely wireless. It connects Wi-Fi to your Wi-Fi, so there's never a bridge or port in between. The reason that I personally decided to go with the Lifx bulbs was because I knew I didn't want to outfit my entire house with bulbs, and I just wanted 2 or 3 bulbs here or there, and I didn't want to deal with having a hub that I potentially would have to upgrade at some point. I don't know if any of you have done the same thing, but I've made a lot of dumb purchases over the years of things that immediately just kind of got phased out due to technology. The most painful one that comes to mind is my parents were nice enough when I was 21 years old. I was a senior in college, and I was like, you know what? I really need a PDA, a personal digital assistant, I think it stood for. And I got one that was like $250, $300. It was a Dell PDA. It had a little stylus, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then the iPhone came out that summer, and those were wiped off the planet in like pretty much 6 months. So in that particular case, I saw that kind of get phased out. But over the years, I've also bought Apple TV, Fire Sticks, and things of that nature that continually get phased out by the new generation. And you see that things aren't working. And then all of a sudden, these TVs have that smart capability built into them. So now that Apple TV device that I had so I could connect to Netflix or maybe be able to pull things up on my iPhone on the screen is no longer relevant because the TV comes with that. My concern with the Philips Hue lights is that you're adding an extra component into the purchase you're making with that bridge, that hub, and I believe they're already on the 3rd generation of making this video. And what happens with those older versions? Do they lose any functionality, kind of like iPhones do when you upgrade to the latest OS and suddenly, apps aren't working, your phone's bogged down and it's not working for you anymore? So I like the simplicity of the Lifx bulbs, that you can connect right to the Wi-Fi without having to worry about a bridge or a hub or having to update that, or getting sold on why you need the newest generation bridge or hub to be able to connect your light bulbs. The other thing that's nice is if I want to take one of these to work, I can just plug it in at work and I could use it there as well. If you move, if maybe you decide you have too many of them and you want to give one to a friend as a gift, you can do that pretty easily with these bulbs. But last thing I will say is if you're comparing on the lowest level Philips Hue light bulbs here, again, we're talking about Philips Hue White versus the Lifx Mini White 800, is that the more you get, the economies of scale tend to tilt towards Philips' favor. So if you're looking at 10 bulbs, you're certainly going to be cheaper going with Philips Hue. So if you're somebody who's looking to outfit their entire house with smart light bulbs, you're probably better off going with the Philips Hue White, because that's a one-time cost for that bridge, that hub, but then the actual light bulbs tend to be cheaper if you can find a deal on them. So why don't we take a look at the website and look at pricing here. So looking at the Hue White single bulb, it's $14 approximately if you're buying one of them, but you can buy these in a 4-pack, which was going to charge you $40. So quick kind of math, you're going to save about $16 if you go the 4-pack route. So what we're looking at for the pricing and why it varies so much is that you can buy 2-packs, 4-packs with the hub for Philips Hue White. So in some cases with this, you're actually better off buying 2 bulbs with the hub for $63 as opposed to trying to buy the hub and 1 light bulb by themselves. So with the Philips Hue, you really kind of have to figure out the way you're packaging everything together and what you need. But what I will do is put the links to this on the screen and also in the description of this video so you can figure out exactly what the best purchase is for you. So again, what I'm going to do now is just kind of go into this bulb a little bit and kind of showing you some of the functionality of it. So I'm going to turn on my screen recording on my phone so that you can follow along and see what the app looks like. And of course, you can adjust this with voice control as well. We have a color wheel here, so I'm moving the color wheel. I'm going to put the brightness up quite a bit so that we can see that in effect. And you see that's pretty obnoxiously bright once you get to blue ice 9000 Kelvin, but then really drops down into a very warm or it's actually called ultra warm 2500 Kelvin. And I'll drop the brightness down again so we're not blowing out the screen. If we're moving to the left, you have a color wheel here with 16 million options. And again, we're just at a 2% brightness, so we're not getting too bright and washing out the video. But you can see that I can just kind of tap different colors on the screen, or I can decide to move it, and it's adjusting the light automatically from my phone. Some fun effects that you can do too is you can do like strobe light, which is probably going to give me that warning, but I've done this one to my in-laws when they're watching the house and I suddenly turn the strobe lights on while my wife and I are out to dinner. So if you're a jerk like me, that's fun. Pastels, you can turn that on, and it's just going to do some very slow kind of pastels and change in color, and this is kind of a fun ambient light if you're into that. And then there's all sorts of different things that you can do. The music visualizer, that one's kind of fun. What you can do with that is if there's music on, it can try and pick up the music. Day and dusk, what that allows you to do is you can set it up with certain times where it's going to turn on at a certain time, turn off at a certain time. Same thing at night, where you can really kind of gradually turn the light on in the morning and turn it off at night. So that's a nice feature if you like waking up with light. So as you can see on the screen right here, I've added this green box where I'm going to have sales links. Currently, as of making this video, the only sale is on the Lifx Mini White 800 lumens, but I will link to this and update this weekly with any new sales that are going on. And I do that by using Google Alerts, and if you're familiar with Honey, you can set alerts on there so I can update this. And I will also put the link to this Google Sheet in the description, along with links to the Amazon listings for each of these products. If you do end up using the Amazon listing, because that's where the cheapest price is at, I will receive a commission if you use my affiliate link. But I appreciate your support, and I really hope you've enjoyed this review video. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it as much as I do. I love not having to get off the couch at night when the sun goes down and I can lower the lights if I'm watching TV. It's a great time in the history of the planet to be a lazy person, but why not, enjoy some of these fun features that are available to us. And yeah, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. All right, take care.